Welcome to An Act of Courage. My name is Julia and I'm here just to be myself. I have no special skills, no special talents. I'm only passionately curious about anything and everything, especially about all things related to life, the human behavior, why we do the things we do, why we make certain decisions instead of others. In the midst of life, I have made many acts of courage without knowing what they were. For example, 10 years ago, I left my small hometown in Italy and moved the furthest away possible to the other part of the world in Australia. And I have never returned. Life is made of many small or big acts of courage that we do every day. Sometimes unconsciously, sometimes consciously. An act of courage can be anything from waking up in the morning after a bad night of sleep and still decide it's going to be an amazing day. An act of courage can be leaving your toxic job without a safety net to catch you, but you have chosen yourself. It can be decide to stay soft and kind even if the world around you is screaming at you to be tough. An act of courage could be deciding to start a family even though you're healing from childhood trauma and you are so frightened that you could do the same mistakes that your parents have done. An act of courage can be completely the opposite, deciding to don't have children at all. Acts of courage are something very personal and they are different for everyone. What is my act of courage may not be your act of courage because they come in every shape and size. Personally, the last 5 years were incredibly beautiful, profound, but extremely challenging for me. And as a result, I unconsciously withdrew from many things I used to love, like being loud, loving life, taking risks, like moving to the other part of the world. I had to make still so many acts of courage, but I feel like they weren't really intentional. They were more like ride or die. So I have decided for 2026 to do as many acts of courage as I possibly can, which I'm very excited about. Something I know very well about myself is my internal saboteur. Is always waiting for me to creep in. So the goal I set myself is to do as many as possible instead of setting a specific number. Because if I choose a specific number, that would ensure that I set myself up for failure. And I don't want that. Otherwise, that would be the perfect chance for me to don't meet my expectations and my goals. And I really want to avoid those internal conversations that I am a failure, I am not good enough. So I completely know this goes against the SMART goals, mindset, everything I've learned in business school. Yeah, your goals should be specific, measurable, so you can achieve them. To me, this has not worked in my personal life. It just hasn't. It doesn't work with who I am. It just pushes the narrative that I will never good enough. And as a domino effect, I can save myself from it. Because that means I will start spiraling into this depression state. So I said, not this year. Not this year. This is my year. This is my year. This year is all about every challenge, everything I have experienced in my life, good, bad, they were all a catalyst to me to be here right now. In this endless journey of self-discovery, little nuggets of wisdom I learned along the way, here I am, trying to set up myself for success for the very first time in my life. So, yay! So to ensure I do, I opened this channel to keep myself accountable and maybe also connect with my fellow humans that can relate, feel seen, and maybe wants to join me in this conscious act of courage journey. I would love it for you to join me. Something I want to make clear is I am no one to give you tips and tricks on how to live your life, how to be successful, and anything like that. In my opinion, one size doesn't fit all. And it's right like that because we are all different beings with different backgrounds, experiences, and we are all just trying to figure out how to live this only life we have. So here I am, just to share with you my journey, my challenges, the wisdom I have gathered through the years and what has worked for me. I'm here because I would have loved when I was younger to have found someone that it's real, that doesn't sugarcoat it, that doesn't give me tips, that doesn't tell me how to live my life, but helps me connect with myself, help me put a new seed of thought, idea, or question inside my head, but let me free to arrive to my own truth. So, welcome to An Act of Courage. My name is Julia, and I am so very excited to be here with you. I'll see you soon. Bye.